Good morning this morning. Today is a very exciting day. Welcome back to Roddy's Rides. I have ordered the tune this morning and I'm very excited to announce that hopefully we can have a official first start where the car's happy to run, and maybe going on our first drive today. We will see. The main thing we're waiting on is the revision or base map for the tune. So the faster they get it back to me from Auto Mafia, the faster we can get this thing rolling. Whew. Time to change some spark plugs. These spark plugs right here, actually pretty cool. Look at this color. I've never seen spark plugs like this. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's like blue. Okay, so all the spark plugs in. Next thing is we're going to slowly start putting everything back together, and now we're just waiting on the tune, so let's keep rocking and rolling. That's satisfying. Ended up buying the tune, waited most of the day for the base map or something to come in. Towards the end of the day, closer to 5 o'clock, I got an email back saying that they would not tune my car because of the injectors that I ran. Which is a little bit frustrating and disappointing because those are the injectors that came with the kit. They are also underneath the supercharger and everything else. I spent the past 2 days, I ended up getting my COVID shot, so that kind of put me out for a day, but I started calling around all over the United States trying to find a company that would tune my car with the injectors I had on it, so I wouldn't have to go down this route of taking everything apart. Any tuner I talked to, they went ahead and told me that I need to have at least 50 to 60 pound injectors, and the ones that came with the kit are 39 pound injectors. And I bought, I'm pretty sure it's MU52 injectors. You could buy them off American Muscle, but I ended up buying mine off Auto Mafia Racing just because they're also my tuners and they said they could get them out shipped today. So ended up going with them, and it was $10 cheaper than American Muscle. So today I'm going to slowly start taking apart the car. This is just going to be one long time lapse of me taking off all the beautiful work that I've done so far. Here's where we're standing right now. I'm going to take off this last little adapter plate off camera just because it's like a couple bolts. Here's the supercharger. Here's the gasket and all that. Kind of nuts. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, sick. So I bought injectors today, so they are shipping today, so hopefully they should be here soon. The other thing is I'm not trying to make this YouTube magic or make it all look easy. This is a part of the process. I mean, these are cars. They never go the way you want them to. This is life. This is how it goes. So I'm loading up the base map, and hopefully we'll get this car out into the driveway and maybe driving on the streets today. We will see. Tune is now complete. This is going to be the first startup. So we're going to start this and we're going to let it warm up to operating temperature, and then we'll start a 2-minute data log. Well, we'll be back. Attempt 2, or you know what I'm saying. Instantly dead. Time to call West. So right now I'm returning the car back to stock. I don't know if you can see that. It's writing the ECM, yada yada yada. That's going back to stock. Over here on my laptop I got the new tune from the email. Well, I guess base map 2.0. It's already saved, ready to go. So now I'm just waiting on the car to get back to stock tune, and then I'm going to load the new tune, and I'm excited. Hopefully it will start this time. Let's hope this will be the time. I'm so excited. Nice. So much for that base map. So I ended up calling Auto Mafia,
got a hold of West, which is the main tuner. He told me that there's a potential chance that it could be on our side. He told me to make sure my throttle body was working. So I took off my cold air intake, and ironically, I started it without the mass flow air sensor. And then I could see the throttle body moving, so I know the throttle body's working. It also ran, but that was also with the mass airflow sensor unplugged over here. The second I went to go plug in the mass airflow sensor, instantly killed it. Told me that I should start it a couple times, see if the O2 sensors could get hot and they could get a reading. I think it's something in the computer that either he needs to bypass or something. Quick update. I actually got it running roughly. I had my dad plug in the mass airflow sensor halfway, so I'm going to try to start it again. And this time I data logged it without the mass flow air sensor, and I plugged it in later, so I don't know if it was actually reading. And see, these are the two things that keep popping up: intake temp and then the intake air temp. Let's give this a shot. It's reading, but it only looks like lambda base. Strange. Okay, here's it running, but if I let my foot off the gas, it'll instantly just kill it. Hey, so here is attempt 3 of loading another map, and I apologize that the camera is a little bit different. I'm actually filming this portion on my iPhone because we were actually filming another video with my buddy Joe, and he has the GoPro still. So, and I'm borrowing his camera, so thank you, Joe, for doing all this. So we're about to hop in the car and see if she'll start. Cross your fingers, boys and girls. That's better. Okay, so it dies. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my Christ. I have to be giving it something like this. Oh, that's not me. It's going. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna let this go for 2 minutes and then I'll come back. Alright, I'm gonna do another base log real quick. All I did was I tightened down my mass airflow sensor, and then what was the other thing I did? I tightened it down and I tightened my cold air intake and see maybe if that was it. So I have about 2 weeks left until I go to school, which is really close to cut any timeline, and in TV shows that make it look doable. And now this is my daily driver, and I didn't have a running car, so I was slightly panicking. But in my head, I didn't really put together that for most tuning companies, you have to pay extra for 24-hour turnaround. I was hoping we were going to have the project running a little bit sooner, but there was a couple things missing, like we didn't have a pulley in time, or I don't want to say in time, but it came later. And then there was a couple other things that we had to mess or order, and it just took a little bit longer than expected. And then also with the tune, we needed bigger injectors, so there was another setback. There was a whole bunch of little things that hop up in car projects, but that's just how like this hobby goes. But yeah, hopped in this morning. Oh well, first of all, I called West. West was like, okay, it's just using a lot more fuel than usual, just because I have a 120mm throttle body, and the stock 3.7, correct me if I'm wrong, is a 68mm if I'm correct. I think it's 60, and this one has two 60s, so it's 120, I believe. I want to show you guys how it idles now and how beautiful this thing sounds. Very excited. That was strange. I just did a data log and it ran for like a full minute by itself and did its own thing. Yeah, I'm not going to start it again because it just died, and last time I didn't give it any gas. So I'm just going to let it do its own thing, and I'll wait till the next tune comes in. So now you obviously see the car's outside, so that means it ran. We ended up getting the Cobra outside, we pulled it up, got the Mustang out, it runs, so I'm happy about that. We're about to take our first journey. We're going to go around a lap in the neighborhood. And we still don't have the GoPro, so we're probably gonna have shaky iPhone footage, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Of course it died right when you start the camera, but that's okay. We just cruised down the street. We haven't really done anything. He said to go from just running up all the way up to 4,000 RPMs and then let off. So I'm going to let it do that, and then we will make the journey back to the house. So here we go. We're not making it to 4,000.
No, we're not making it to 4,000 RPM.
Holy shit, no. We are not making it to 4,000.
Wow.
I
that was a mess.
It just wanted to go. All right.
Oh, God, that's so weird.
I don't want to put it in there. Go.
What is that noise?
It's trying to go. I don't know if you heard that in the last clip or whatever, or what we got in the clip, but the car it'll go up to like maybe like 2,500 RPMs, but it's not the happiest. So our journey back home will be interesting. The car ran actually really good. Well, it depends on what your definition of good is, but it would run up to about 2,500 RPMs, all right? And it was weird because sometimes it would start driving on its own and go up to 4,000. As much as I want to keep going, we're not allowed to go past there, so I would turn off the car, restart it, and then sometimes it'll drive fine, it'll throw an engine code, and start so I think it was just going to like a limp mode. I've already sent all the revisions back to Wes, so hopefully maybe we can get a revision tonight, which I'm not having my fingers crossed, but I mean, if we can get one today or tomorrow, maybe we can be driving up to like 30 miles an hour or something, and I can go get this thing filled up with gas. Ow. This will conclude our first tuning video. We have part 2 coming out. We've been uploading every Tuesday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, Texas time, whatever. Texas is the best. Fight me. We finally figured out our issues with the tuning, and part 2 is a lot smoother, and there's a lot more exciting content. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. And I know the V8 owners, you're probably jealous, but you're probably still faster than me. So we'll see.